Hello everybody, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Amy. I go by Fiber Arts Amy here and on Instagram. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with kind of a regular stitching update. I'm also going to kind of go through all of my my full coverage designs, like specifically like Haid style designs. Most of mine are Golden Kite. But the things that I use Pattern Keeper for. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you guys what was in the fairy box that I just sent out from Oak Crown Studios. I'll warn you before I do that though, in case some of you out there ordered them and haven't gotten them yet, which I haven't checked, but I'm assuming is the case because I had some going overseas. So those probably haven't quite gotten to you yet because they went out last week. All right, so I'm going to jump in. Oh, first, let me mention, I actually just also filmed a quilting video. I have started putting my quilting content onto my sister channel, which is Quilting with Fiber Arts Amy. I will link that below. But I know a lot of you like watching my quilting videos as well. I just have that on a separate channel now. So if you'd be willing to go subscribe over there, and if you do the bell, it'll let you know when those videos come out. I'm keeping the quilting content that is currently on this channel where it is, but all the new quilting content will show up on that sister channel. I think that's it. So I have not done a ton of cross stitching since you last saw me. My stitchy bug waned a little bit. I actually hit a really, really rough patch with my elbow that took a couple weeks to kind of get back to where I had been before that rough patch. I was holding, I think it's because I was holding a book. I was holding a book. I got really into an actual hardcover book, and wasn't thinking about that being something that might aggravate my elbow. But I spent hours reading several days in a row, and then like my left arm wouldn't work. So back to resting my elbow. But that didn't help my whole stitchy bug situation. And February was busy. I feel like spring is the busiest season for me overall, just with the kids. I feel like it's when things at school ramp up and there's just so much going on, and there are trips and special things, and things get away from me. I'm sorry to say I've not worked on my Teresa Wensler. Sorry. I'm saying sorry to me too, because I really want to. It bums me out that I kind of got off the, when I had to stop holding Q-snap, kind of got me out of my like vibe or like mode of how I work on that, and it's just been hard to kind of really get back into that. And I've had a lot of kids homesick too. That doesn't help. But my daughter's actually home today. But hopefully I'll get back into it soon. But let me show you what I have been working on, because I still made some progress. I'm probably most happy about this. I'm going to show you Garden Beauty. I feel like I can taste a finish. And there's actually still quite a lot to do, but like you can see her, you know, like she looks like you can tell what the completed piece is going to look like. So I've been, you know, I jump around a lot, but this is the point at which I tend to start just, you know, I've been going from the top down, basically filling in what's left. And so, where am I? I've got I don't have my glasses on. I've got some ribbons over here that need to be worked on, but yes, Madison, my daughter's come to visit.
I'm hungry.
Okay, Dad packed you a lunch.
Did he?
Yeah, you can have a snack or you can have your lunch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, there are actually this flap. Yes, Madison.
Can I use my Ever Studio lingo?
Yeah. This bottom section actually has quite a lot to do. There's a bunch of this brown stuff and ribbons, and there's a huge like spray of flowers here in the middle. But even so, I feel like we're getting there. I still need to backstitch There's some back stitch that needs to happen on this arm, and I need to back stitch the details of her face. But I love her. She's so good. And I know where she's going to go in my house. I have one painting of Nora's that I had purchased from her a couple years ago, and Nora Corbett, the designer of Mirabilia. I have Stargazer on one side, and Stargazer's my favorite. I have Stargazer on one side, and I'm going to hang this on the other side of the painting. And she and Stargazer will be facing like towards each other, and I just love it. Love it. So, so happy with how she's going. I stitch her most weeks with Lisa across by Floss. I'm going to have a mess later trying to remember what all I need to link for you guys, especially since I just filmed a quilting video. Let me look something up for you. So last night I had a new start. Pam from Stitch in the Land of Good Enough, she does, I mentioned this probably every video, she does a couple of Zoom calls that I'm a part of. She does one for Hawk Run Hollow and one for Fancy Ladies. We had kind of a makeup night last night because of some various things, including market coming up. Some of those have to be canceled. Anyway, we had a Zoom last night, and I wasn't in like a huge stitchy mood, to be honest. And I definitely did not feel like stitching on my Hawk Run Hollow. Excuse me. I have a little touch of something too. Little cold or something. Didn't feel like working on a Hawk Run Hollow. I was kind of in that like I don't know what I want to do kind of mood, but I definitely wanted to participate in the Zoom. Anyway, work for me, tablet. Oh my gosh. I actually went to my Teresa Wensler stash. If you guys watch my videos, you know recently I kind of narrowed it down to like a handful to kind of keep on hand. Well, see a good image. I actually went to my Teresa Wensler stack thinking to maybe grab something that I could do some like border work in, something that pretty simple. And some of my Teresa Wenslers I stitch in hand. So that might be kind of simple. This is such a bad picture. Sitting on top of my Teresa Wensler bin was my kitted up Morgana from Mirabilia, which I had been super excited to start and then never did. So I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm starting. So this is what I started last night. Now, when Morgana came out, I really liked her. I like almost all the Mirabilias, so, I mean, that's not a surprise. I really liked her, but I felt like maybe not everybody did. I felt like I heard a little more chatter about not being... I heard some more criticism of Morgana than I typically hear of Mirabilias. And it made me want to stitch her more. Because you know how they always look a million times better stitched up? And I had a fabric that I was very excited about for her. And anyway, it just made me want to stitch her more. So I started Morgana, and you know what? I could feel like my stitchy bug juices like flowing and kind of coming back and getting going just by getting this started, which made me very happy. So this is my very small start from our Zoom. This is her hair, and then some of the like flower kind of situation or coral situation in her hair. So not much done, but I got started. This color is River Cruise from Oak Crown Studios, my company. I'll link my company below in case you're interested. This was part of the mermaid box that I did earlier this year. This is a piece I kept for myself. It was a test die because one of my children was trying to cut fabric for me. He's trying to cut a fat corner for me. Because we tried, my kids all work for me doing different things. But this situation happened. And actually what happened, it's so bad. I actually ended up, he didn't do, like, he just was going, it was bad. It was bad. This is not 18 inches. Like, this is not how it's supposed to be. I ended up doing a straight cut here to, like, just stop, to, you know, minimize the damage and salvage what I could. But of course I dyed it and kept it for myself. So, River Cruise, it's one of my favorite colors. It's just this beautiful periwinkle blue. I don't think it's on the website yet since it was an exclusive part of the mermaid box, but it will be there before too long. So, and I just was stitching it in hand. Take it easy on my elbow. Hopefully that'll get some more work soon. Some other just little things I worked on. I think I showed you guys this. I know I did last time. So this is just like a sewing pouch I ordered it from France, from Le Bonheur des Dames. It came with like the scissor charm and the measuring tape, and I think it came with a tassel. Anyway, I just made a little bit of progress. This is something I just pick up. Sometimes it's just sitting here in my sewing spot. I usually have at least one little thing here where if I'm just like, I don't know what to do and I only have like 5 minutes to sit down, I might pick something like this up and work on it. I love bags. I love pouches. I always can find a reason to have these things. Let's see. Yeah, it's got the tassel in there. It came with the stuff. So that got a little bit of progress. I'm trying to say if I toss this, if I'm gonna... it worked. I'm getting a weird phone call. Sorry about the finger coming up to the camera. I'll have to check out what that was later. So this is an embroidery thing. So this, I don't have the pattern over here with me, but I think this is actually from, I'm sure it is, Cottage Garden Samplings. Hold on. I unabashedly show embroidery in here when I have it because it's you know, kind of tangential to cross stitch, and I figure y'all are likely to be interested in it too. Let me just make sure I'm saying the right people, but I believe it's Cottage Garden Samplings. Maybe? Hold on. With the floss. Am I wrong? Okay, I'm going to have to link it below. I'm sure you're enjoying just sitting there watching me silently. Okay, I'll link it below. I want to say it's Cottage Garden Samplings, but I'll find out for sure. So this is a pattern actually for a pillow that so it came with like an iron-on embroidery, which it turns out I stink at ironing an embroidery thing. It was very like, make sure you hold it long enough. But then like it was too long and it went all the way through to like the next like to the ironing board. I need practice at those iron-on things apparently. But I love it. It's just supposed to be, right, like a little like flower shop with the flowers coming, with all the, you know, greenery and flowers coming up behind, or any kind of shop. It could be a needlework shop. And then this gets sewn into a pillow that has little pockets for like floss to go in, or you could put, well, let me see if I can reach it. Ah, here we go. You could put floss in it, or you could put anything. Cottage garden threads. Cottage garden threads. So this is the pattern for the pillow. It's a work cushion. But isn't that cute? You can, it like fits their threads. Although I would imagine, I'm envisioning putting, right, like all kinds of things in there, like my glue pen and scissors and whatnot for EPP. So you do the embroidery, and then the embroidery goes in the middle with the pillow design around it. I'm trying to see if there's a picture, a better picture full on of the, kind of like that's what the top of the pillow is going to look like with the embroidery in the center. So anyway, I'm excited. I chose my own thread palette. It was actually like a thread collection. I don't even remember what the brand of the thread was, or the embroidery floss. Sorry for the crinkles. That one fell. But I decided to use it for this, and I love it. I love my teal shop. Makes me very happy. So anyway, I pulled this out and started getting a little more progress on it. It's almost done. I just need to finish it so I can make the stinking pillow. So that's going to stay out and hopefully get done here before too long. Let me show you this. Ooh. Okay, so Water Garden Sale, I'm behind. I'm hosting the sale and I'm behind. My elbow just was not helping me this month. That and getting the fairy boxes out and whatnot. But I'm hoping I'm going to catch up in March, because also part of the reason I'm behind is because I wasn't just stitching part 2. I was also stitching part 3. So like some of this is for part 3, and I was working on that also at the same time. It just seemed convenient to do so. So, and then I also kept forgetting to pull the flosses. I had 2 shades of green I needed to pull from my stash, and I kept forgetting to, but I got them yesterday. So, anyway, this is where I am. It's looking beautiful. I'm really enjoying doing it. If any of you are interested, it's not too late to join us. We'd be happy to have you. I have a couple videos back, just talking all about the sale. So if you're interested, you can go check that out, and feel free to join in or just follow along with our progress. This is so fun. There's a whole lot of us doing it and having a blast. So there's my water garden sale. It stays right here because I do try to get some stitches on it most days. It doesn't always happen. This week's going to be hard because I have appointments every day. Hate those weeks. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you before I jump into full coverages. So I got to stop watching Eastern European Flosstubers. I was watching some of Luda's videos a while back, and she showed a kit that I think she had finished it, and I fell in love, and then of course could not find the kit. And then Catherine Needleberry Stitcher very kindly found a listing for me to buy this kit. I had to pay more than, retail, but not too much more. It seemed reasonable to me because I wanted it so badly. This is one that, like, when it's stitched, it's just so stunning. I'm very excited to work on this. Oh, and for those of you who remember, I was supposed to be working on, like, focusing on a kit in February. I literally didn't pick up any of my kits at all in February. It just didn't happen. With that really bad bout of my elbow, I didn't get to it at all. But that's fine. I'm just gonna jump back in for March, and I'm gonna work on my wizard for March because that one's high on my list to get done. Anyway, this one is Garden Reflections, and I love it. It's so beautiful. When you see, like, if you want to go see, Luda has a video with it done. But these flowers just seem to glow. I love the water in it. This one just takes my breath away. So very excited to have that. Okay, you ready for some full coverage? So I was just going to go through what I have. I need to adjust my tablet. This is a new to me tablet. I was using a very old tablet for years for a pattern keeper, and my husband very kindly got me a new one for Christmas, and it's wonderful, but I still need to like tinker with it a little bit. So I have a bunch of project bags of, these are either started full coverages, and again, I'm talking like Haid style full coverages here. These are things I have in Pattern Keeper. And most of mine are golden kites. I really like golden kites. I really like stitching on like classic art and that sort of thing. Although not all of them are golden kites. So some of these are kitted up. Some of them are started. And then I'll show you the patterns that I have not started yet. And we'll see where we go. All right, this is a golden kite called, I'm not going to pronounce this right, Dolce Far Niente. I know some of you are yelling at me that I'm butchering it. I love this. And I have it kitted up. I have not started it yet. I've got 28 Lugana to stitch it on. I think. Hold on. Is it? Yeah. Yep. 28 Lugana to stitch it on. When I take the time, I really like putting my floss on floss drops for full coverages. So here's all the DMC. Sometimes I'm missing like a color or two in case like Michael's didn't have it that day. But I have not started this yet, but it is ready to go. Came pretty close to starting it a couple months ago, and then it didn't happen. Oh man, this is doing these videos that are like kind of like stash videos where I'm going through a bunch of stuff always gets my stitchy bug really ramped up. Oh, this one. Hold on. Oh man, okay, so I've actually put my hands on several of these just for like a day since I saw you last. Oh my goodness, I've had to do so much frogging. This is one I had to do as much frogging as I had to do stitching. And after like, I don't know, a week and a half maybe of touching a lot of different full coverages and having so many problems, I was like, maybe I just need to not do full coverages for a little bit. Maybe they just need to take a little time out. So a bunch of these got a little bit of work and then had to be put away. So this is Feast Day. This might be my favorite one that I'm working on just visually. I love the colors. I can't wait to do those shutters. It's just so beautiful. Oh, I love it. It's barely a start, and I had to frog a lot of what I had already done. So I had another one of these colors had also stretched like over here across the stones. This one's going to be huge. But I had to frog a bunch of that out, unfortunately. So this is 28 count linen. I think I like 28 count. All of mine are half stitch. They're all tent stitch. Golden Kites have blends, so 2 strands, tent stitch. I like 28 count better, but I also use 25 and 27 count. And this is, look at how pretty. I can't wait to use those colors. There's so much. Never need to buy floss again. Never, never. Oops. Sorry, I want to zip everything up and get everything neatened up so I don't lose track of stuff. This is a bag from Kathy's Posies that I thought was perfect for it. I love Kathy's Posies. She's on Etsy. I'll try to link her below too. This also had a frogging incident recently. This is, do I know the actual name of it? Oh, I don't think I do. I should tell you guys how, some of you really like to know like how much I have done on things, right? So feast day, I have 443 stitches done, and it's 0.13% done, so not very much. This next one's called Pooh Bear. It is 1.3% complete. Let me show you what it's going to look like. This one's going to look relatively pixelated, but that's okay. I'm doing this one on 28 count Monaco. Also had a frogging incident, but that's okay. I think we're back on track now. Working on some yellows. I actually wanted to get started on some blue and realized I was missing the blue color from my kit. So I need to remember to put that in here. So the next time I want to work on it and get some blue done, I can. All right, here's another one I know I worked on. This is Still Life of Roses and Strawberries. It's a golden kite. It's so pretty. I love it. So this got some work. This one's not, sorry I just bumped you. It's not like fully kitted up. I'm just kind of pulling flosses as I come to them for my stash. That's fuzz, not a stitch. There's some fuzz on this. Nope, because I'm showing it to you sideways. I'm like, that's not how I normally stitch. There we go. There's the top left. And this is on 28 count, like antique white Monaco. I had a big stash of this from when they sold more varied colors and whatnot. This is fun to work on. I'm really enjoying it. This was, I think, the first one I started. And that one, I can tell you my percent and all that. This is, I have 1,109 stitches done. It's at 0.63%. What's next? I don't even have it memorized, like what's in each of these bags. I have not started this one yet. This is Summer Morning. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. They're all so beautiful, right? If only I had time. This is 28 count Monaco. And I've got it all kitted up and ready to go. Such pretty colors. It's so colorful and beautiful. So that one's ready and waiting for me whenever I can get to it. Freya's kind of had enough of my BS this morning. I filmed my quilting video. She was smushed into a chair that she doesn't fit into very well with me. And now I'm moving around and bouncing around. Did I start this? I started this. Okay, so for this one, I'm taking a page out of Sarah Stitch a Mommy's book. She has some that she is stitching and has stitched on 40 count over one thread, half stitch over one. 1 over 1, half stitch. I think I've got that right. She had, if I remember correctly, she stitched a one that was my God, Anna Green Gables themed, I believe, on 40 count gauze, I think, like silk gauze. And then she also has at least one currently that she's working on that's on 40 count. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I have a couple pieces from Tilton Crafts. So I started this one. I want to try that. Like the more I do full coverage, the more I'm like, ooh, I think I might really enjoy doing 40 count 1/1. I can't really do that with a Golden Kite because they're blends. But Tilton Crafts are not. So I started this one, Athenaeum, on 40 count linen, 1/1. I haven't gotten very far, but I got it started. And it's really fun. I was really enjoying it. Definitely need my readers for it. And this one I don't have fully kitted up. This is what I do sometimes. I'll just pull, like I'll take a look at the chart and just pull like the first few colors that I see are going to be needed. And just keep those with a project. I've been toying around maybe color completing for this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will or not. Let me see. I mean, I barely started it. Most of these are barely started. I'm at 0.13%, 198 stitches. So not very far. None of these are that far. They just don't get enough attention to have gotten that far along. But they'll get there one day. Okay, this one I love. I mean, I love all of them. I keep saying that. This is from Pain Free Crafts, Bedtime Story. And this is on 28 count Springfield Sage Lugana, apparently. And there's another one that I have as well that is like a husband and wife mouse sitting on the couch reading, or reading or knitting, or I'll show you that one. I'm gonna stitch that on the same fabric. Look, they've got a quilt, the parents reading to the child. I just love it. It's so beautiful. I love that piece. I don't want real mice in my house, but I'll stitch mice. So not very far, but you got, oop, I didn't mean to pull the needle. I got it started. And let me see where I am. This is 0.24% complete. I've got 251 stitches in. Hey, it's something, right? Can't finish it if I don't start it. All right, this one I have not started. This is another one that I'm going to do on 40 count 40 count linen, 1/110 stitch. This is from Tilton Crafts. It's Beauty and Beast, and I love it. But it definitely fits a certain mood, and that's not the mood I'm in right now. I'm in a more I need spring to come, you know, bright sunny flowers and spring things kind of mood. But I have the fabric set aside for this. It's actually just the other half of the fat quarter that I pulled for Athenaeum. All right, I'm hoping I can reach all of these from where I am. It's a huge stack. Okay, this one is, oh yeah, because I haven't started it, so I don't need to show you. This one's Fableism. This was Fables, which is from a design from Medusa Dollmaker. This one is at 2.80%. I have 1,914 stitches in it. This is what it'll look like. Oh, from Gecko Rouge. So I ordered this from Gecko Rouge quite a while back. It's going to be beautiful when it's complete. No idea. It's fine. Just dropping things. No idea when that's going to be. So here's where we are so far. And this isn't technically full coverage. I don't mind working on the Easy Grid. For this piece, I'm grateful I have it because there's so many shades of white in there and light blue Freya, you need to wait. No, 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 no. You're gonna wait. But for the most part, I don't typically choose to use the easy grid. But like I said, I'm grateful I have it for this because it's turning out to be quite important. That's definitely one that I want to get done in my lifetime. Freya needs to wait. Nope. Oh, it's not even close to that time. Her body, she knows that she gets to go OUT at noon, and it's not noon. This one is Indolence. I started this one when I was recovering from ankle surgery. It seemed appropriate. I have barely started it, which, I mean, all of these are basically barely started. This one is at 0.75% complete. And I have 746 stitches in. I've got all the floss. This is a much more limited color palette. Doesn't take too much. And this one's on 20, I think it's on 28 count Lugana. Nope. I'm causing trouble. My needle, which I shouldn't have even left in. Okay, hold on. Let's get the needle out of here. Get the needle out. Okay. Here we are. Those shades are really light. They're going to be hard to see. That's where I am so far. It's so pretty. There's something about the magic of slowly creating a picture with just thread and fabric. It's magical. I love it. I might work on that one a little bit later. Oh yeah, I told you where I was on this. So this is the one that I'm furthest on. This is Young Mother Sewing. I think this is actually based on a painting by Marie Cassatt, maybe? I love it. I think for obvious reasons. My daughter, who's homesick today, I can hear her jumping around in her bedroom. This is where I am. This one gets pulled out more than the others. Definitely making some good progress. And I've worked on this one since you guys saw it last. Let me see. I'm at 11.6%. I've made 8,055 stitches. Very, very pretty. So this one is one that may never be done in my lifetime, and I'm okay with that. Let me find because I don't think I have a sheet in here. Oh, I do. This one is so much floss. Home in the Mountains. And there's a bunch of floss tubers stitching this. It's so, so beautiful. I started, so normally I start in the top left corner. This time I started in the top right. Look at the floss. It doesn't even like fit in the project bag. This is ridiculous. Freya, I'm not taking you right now. The colors are just so beautiful. I'm taking the needles out. I got a couple of colors in. This one is absolutely enormous. This one's on probably 28 count easy grid. It might be 25. Let me find it on my tablet. This one's at 0.19% complete with 656 stitches. It's really beautiful. No idea when that might actually get done. Okay. That one I have to keep in a different place because it's so huge. All right. Gather the others. Freya, you need to wait, babe. She's standing there whimpering as if she's being mistreated. Okay. You guys having fun yet? You like going through other people's stash of... I like looking at other people's stash. Oh, I love this one. I started this one recently. I might work on this one. This is Sun Moon. Again, I like just started this. The floss is in floss away bags because I was not in the mood to try to do floss drops that day. This one I was rolling the other way because it was rolled so neatly like that, but that very quickly became unwieldy as I was moving further down, so I gave up and, excuse me, I'm going to roll it the other way. So not very far. Let me find my... Yes, Madison. Okay, well, if it can wait, it can wait, okay? Freya, Maddie, can you go back upstairs because you're just going to keep getting her riled up. Thank you. I'll let you know when I'm done filming. I don't know. 15 minutes maybe? I don't know. Sun Moon, I have 409 stitches. It's 0.20 complete, so not very much. I think I worked on this for like 1 or 2 days. 2 days? It didn't get very much attention, but I love it. This is in another Kathy's Posies bag. My dog's being a pain in the butt. Oh, I have not started this one yet, and I need to. I really need to. It's definitely never getting done. This is a Heaven and Earth design, supersized, max colors. It's called Sticks. It's 749 by 999, and it's very beautiful. I've got what feels like a full yard of Lugana probably in here to stitch it on. And I haven't gotten all of the flosses, but I got, this is like I went through and looked and saw what like the first colors would be that I'd be coming to. And I'm starting with those. Thank you, Freya. Good girl. Good decision. So I haven't started it yet. I should. I will. I like having things on hand that I can start when that bug strikes. Spring Blossoms. Did I start this one? I gotta check the fabric. I have not started it, but boy, do I want to. All right, this is a Golden Kite. I'm like blind without my glasses. I want to see if I have the page that tells me how big the pattern is. I don't. Oh, this is on, yeah, 25 count antique white linen. Oh, 25 count linen. Yay! I just like linen. I really, really do. I really do prefer it to Lugana. I love this one. It's so beautiful. Spring colors. I love the chickens. I've got a son who's kind of obsessed with chickens. I need to get some floss, but I've got the fabric ready whenever I can get to it. This bag is by Fern and Gilly on Etsy. I will try to remember to link them as well. This is the last one I have kitted up, which I might not end up starting. This is the Soul of the Rose 2. I bought this and got this ready to go and then found the Dimensions kit for not much money. And I actually think I like the Dimensions kit better So this may or may not actually get started, but I had kitted it up with the fabric, and I had pulled again the first like few floss colors for it. So I just like stitching. I like stitching full coverage. So I'm not gonna like break this down yet. This was a bag made by me. This bag's gotten a lot of use. This is like the third project that's gone in it. So I actually finish things sometimes. And this is one of my favorite Tulip Pink prints ever. Anyway, it's just gonna stay like this for right now, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess so. Have I really been talking for 45 minutes? It seems unlikely. So the full coverages that I have, I'd really like to get more of them further down the line. Like a lot of them, right, I'm just still in background. I'd like to get more of them to the point where I'm stitching like the subject of the piece. Like I think I might work on indolence a little bit today. I'm still not going to get to the actual woman, but if I could get closer, that would be nice. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the others that I have here on my tablet. This one I would love to start soon. This is Through the Blue Shutters. I think impressionistic pieces make particularly good full coverages because the pixelation, I feel like it doesn't come across as feeling as pixelated. But again, I love those blues. I would really like to get this one started. And luckily I have fabric in my house. So, I can grab fabric whenever I need it. But yeah, that one is near the top of my list to start soon. I also have this one, Apple Dumplings, again, a golden kite. A lot of the pieces I'm drawn to are pieces that like make me wonder about the story. Like make me wonder about the figure or, you know, the person in the piece. Anyway, I was just very drawn to this. I mean, there's more superficial things. Like I love apples. I love baking. I suspect I would love the kitchen she's in. I love that green. I always take a look and think like, is it going to hold my interest enough? I'm going to get too bored. This one I definitely wouldn't stitch in one shot because it is a lot of like white shades of white in there and like cream. But I think it'll hold my interest enough. But it makes me wonder about that girl. I'm not going to show you the patterns that I've already shown you that I have like kitted up or started. Then I'm showing you all of the other patterns that you haven't already seen. May I Have One Too from Golden Kite. I'm also kind of a sucker for some of them with the little kids. I love being a mom. I love being around my kids. I love going on little like simple adventures with them. And this one reminds me of that. The little girl on the stone wall biting into her apple. And I've probably told this story in here before. You know how some people feel comfortable stopping complete strangers and criticizing their parenting? I used to go through that almost weekly when my kids were little because I would give them an apple to eat in the grocery store. Like we would go in first thing because when they were little, I usually had at least one kid with me when I was grocery shopping. We'd go in first thing and I would do like the whole week's grocery shopping at once. So we'd go in, I'd buy an apple and then they'd have an apple to eat. And I mean, this started pretty much as soon as they were eating solids. And apples were fantastic because you give like an 8-month-old an apple, it will take them an hour plus to chew on that apple. So it keeps them entertained. They're eating something nutritious. They've got some calories in them. And then I can do the grocery shopping. But I used to have so many people stop me and be like, you can't give a baby an apple. Well, I assure you, some kids you can give an apple to, and it works like a charm. Anyway, so this one is another golden kite. Most of them are that I have. The Young Gardener. So this one I absolutely bought because of Sarah, Stitch and Mommy. She has shown this one quite a bit. Sorry. I feel like for a while there, she was showing it very frequently. Um, I don't know, like maybe going back a couple of years or something. And I just love the piece. Of course, I have a daughter. Although when I see this stuff like this reminds me of my sons too. We used to do the same thing with my sons. They still love knowing what I'm doing in the garden. Um, I love this piece. I want to say Sarah's working on a different version of it, maybe not the Golden Kite. Because I think some different companies have had it. But I have the Golden Kite version. Haven't started it yet. I showed those. This one's Slumbering. I love it. So beautiful and restful and just magical and lovely. And I love those flowers with the color of her dress. So I keep a wish list on Golden Kite, and I have a ton of things on my wish list. And so then when I want to get some, I can go to my wish list and peruse. I can spend hours just like scrolling on my wish list and scrolling on their site and like adding things to my wish list. I love their pieces. I love how they stitch up. The blue kimono, also going to be very cheerful at some point to stitch. All those colors, and it's impressionistic. It's beautiful. This one's very dark, and I have to admit, part of me is like, what was I thinking? This is Enchanted Night, because I don't know if it's going to hold my interest, or it's going to be like exciting or fun enough for me to actually stitch. But the artwork was so beautiful and moving that I got it. So we'll see. I don't know if that one's going to get started anytime soon. This one's called Bob Apple. Some of that, I don't remember where Golden Kite's based, but sometimes I feel like their English titles are a little awkward, but I love it. They're so cute. They're just having so much fun. They're so happy. I love the basket she's holding. It just, that would make me so happy to hang up on my wall. Oh, here's the other one. With the mice. Yes, the husband mouse is reading and the wife is knitting, and she's got either a knitted blanket or a quilt on her lap. So that's us. That's perfect. They just look so cozy. I love it. It makes me very happy. So this one is a Heaven and Earth design. A Midwinter's Dream. So this art is by Ruth Thompson. So Ruth Thompson is a fantasy artist that she's one of my favorite artists. I like her older stuff that was not digitally created. She does a lot of digital artwork now that looks very digital. I'm not using the right language. I'm sorry. But like you can tell it's computer, like she's done it on a computer. It's not CG, or it's not AI. She's done it, but it just has a different look and feel. I like these pieces, which are much older. I actually have several of her prints hanging in my house. I just love her style. Her older style. I really, really enjoy it. I showed you those. This is Young Woman Reading by a Window. Very pretty. Oh, this one, I feel like I'm missing some. Oh no, maybe I did. I feel like I had this kitted up, but maybe I didn't. This is I Am Half Sick of Shadows 2. Woman sitting at her loom. A scene out the window. I love this. This is a must stitch for me. I would love to actually get this done one day. So I guess I should start it soon, huh? I still have several more to go through, but if there's particular pieces that you guys really like and want to see more, tell me. I'm just interested if you guys have favorites, whether I've started them or not. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So drop those in the comments below for me if you don't mind. This one's Young Woman Sewing, which I feel like I need to finish Young Mother Sewing before I start Young Woman Sewing. I know there was one like shopping trip where I bought all of these like women shopping trip like in my bed at night. I couldn't decide between them, so I bought all of them. Golden Kite, like you get 30% off if you buy 3 of them at the same time. So so this is Dawn 2. Look at how the light plays off of her dress. It's just so beautiful. You can just imagine she's like been up all night at a party, right? And now the sun's coming up. Love it. Again, I like imagine, right, what's going on with that person. Fantasy Cottage. And who wouldn't want to live there, right? That's beautiful. I do tend to go for people more than landscapes, but there are some landscapes that have made it in. This is a Heaven and Earth design, Rodea of the Rose Spring, artwork by Annie Stegg. I think she's beautiful too. Haven't started. I would love to do this one sooner rather than later. The Green Parasol. I think that would be a really fun stitch with all those lovely blues and greens, which are definitely like the colors I enjoy the most. Also, one of my favorites, a must stitch for me at some point, a Summer Shower. I absolutely love it. How have I said that about every single one? Probably. But I guess it's good news that I buy things that I love and you know, not things that I don't like. A Day in the Summer, another Golden Kite. If you watched my kit parade, remember all my cottages, English cottages and gardens? Well, here's a full coverage. There's several of those, right, that I have as full coverages too. Okay, so this is one from like way back. I started this years ago. It's a whip that's around here somewhere. I doubt it's ever going to get done. Maybe one day when I have grandkids. It's pretty small. It's 185 by 259. It's a quick stitch pirate dragon. I mean, this was like, I bought it nearly 20 years ago, I think. Here's Ember. I don't actually know if I'm ever going to stitch it. This is another Ruth Thompson. I have this print hanging in my house. I love it. I don't know if I'm going to get to stitch it, but I love it. This was a freebie that I downloaded. Backcountry Stitcher, Jen, she's working on this, and it looks amazing. I downloaded it mostly, I mean, I like it, but I downloaded it mostly because it was a freebie. I don't know if it still is or not. Just to have it. This is an Amy Brown piece from Heaven and Earth Designs, Passage to Autumn. And I think I have, yeah, I got the no background version. I thought I'd stitch it on hand-dyed fabric. What's next? Oh, I'm almost done. So this is from Unconventional X Stitch. This is the Night Garden, which is also an Amy Brown piece. I haven't started this one yet, so I can't speak to the chart or how it stitches up. Should that one, should that, and the rest I've shown. So those are my full coverages. All of them that I own, some of them I've started, and that's it. Oh, I gotta show you guys my fairy box. Okay, so this time I did send, ooh, sorry. This time I did send it out in a box, and I think I'm probably gonna have to do a box more often than not going forward. So for those of you who don't know, did I already say this? I said this in my quilting video. I run Oak Crown Studios, hand-dyed fabric company. I dye cross-stitch fabric as well as quilting fabric and yarn. I periodically put together, I had to put this washi tape away. I periodically put together themed boxes for people. And I just have fun with it. Like, whatever theme I'm basically feeling inspired to do, that's what I do. I also really I bought this beautiful washi tape to help package things up this time. It's part of what makes it fun. I have found I love doing these boxes. It's just so, it just gets my creative juices flowing in a different kind of way. So, box. These all went out last week. Again, if you ordered one and don't have it yet, and you don't want to see what was inside, I'll see you next time. Now would be a good time to turn me off, because this is the last thing I'm going to show is my fairy box. So each fairy box comes with a, well, each box I do comes with a description of everything inside of it. This was a fairy treasures box, and I like to do, so the theme was fairies, but I also I also want to approach it from more specifically than that. Like, I want to kind of tell a story with the box. So this time let me back up. For mermaids, I did 3 different habitats. Like, my fabrics were each inspired by a different habitat where you would find a mermaid. This time I did it seasonally. So each of the fabrics is inspired by a different season that you'd find fairies, or different seasons in a fairy's life. So each box comes with 3 fat quarters and then various other items to round it out and that fit the theme to make it, fun and everything. It's a mystery box. It's a surprise. So the 3 fat quarters were first Fairy Spring. This one, so I just always dye a little bit of extra. So this is a piece of 40 count linen. This is Fairy Spring, so it's like a light plush pink with lavender on it, which to me read not just like cherry blossoms, but other spring blooms and blossoms as well. Like, forest full of magical blooms that's what this made me think of. Love it. And these fabrics will now all go in the stack to sell at retreats. This one's also 40 count linen fat quarter. This one's Fairy Summer. And I wanted something that was just all the really verdant greens of summer. In the forest and also the fields and the meadows, just all the different shades of greens from trees, grasses, ferns, all the things. And most fairies I see, to me, are stitch that on a green. And then Fairy Autumn came from a very specific image. Is this a fat half? I have a fat half of this one in 32 linen. The image I used, so the picture for buying this box on my website was the picture of a sunset, of an autumn sunset from my house looking out over the backyard. And it's what autumn sunsets are to me, really bright, vibrant oranges and pinks, really, really bright. And so here's my Fairy Autumn, which reminds me of that sunset. Now, well, the camera always makes the modeling look a little more stark than it is in real life, but the color is pretty good. So that one's Fairy Autumn. And then what I did for this box, because I really liked the idea of doing the seasonal thing, I also included in every box what I would consider a ornament cut. This one is a Lugana. This is 28 count Lugana. So this is a very light blue with some lavender purple on it. And it's definitely a purpley blue kind of background. It's very, very light, especially on the Lugana, but I gave everybody an opalescent piece. So when you order, you can order Lugana, linen, or Aida, whatever. You get fat quarters or whatever you order. I have lots of counts. Very few, well, actually quite a few people, or at this time I was like, wow, there's a lot of opalescent boxes. Let me think. Actually, probably like 20% of them were opalescents that people ordered. But even if you didn't order opalescent, I gave everybody an opalescent ornament cut for winter. This is fairy winter. And eventually I'll be offering all these on my website, and I'll do them in, fat quarters and stuff too. But to me, you need an opalescent for winter. Like, it just reads snow and that glittery, sparkly kind of feel. And this to me looks so much like a fairy's wings, just blending in with the snowy background. So I wanted everybody to have an opalescent piece. So everybody got an opalescent. And then I gave everybody, in my head, I was thinking like an item to go with each season, right? So mine's a little stuck in there. Everybody got, oh, there we go. A moon charm. Backwards, I can't see because I'm not wearing my glasses. Everybody got a moon treasure, which in my mind, I was thinking can go on an ornament, that ornament cut, or a small, and be beautiful. Everybody got one of my hand-dyed flosses. This one's called Prism. This is a wool silk blend. And this, again, in my mind, was thinking spring. Wool silk blend is just like a fiber that to me screams like spring, a transitional season. And then this is a water lily called Parfait. This one actually was, Nora was going to use it at one point for the Queen City Stitch Retreat piece, and then decided to go in a different direction, but I loved it and really wanted people to get to use it. So this is what I was thinking, kind of going with a summer season. And then this one's wrapped up. Okay, this got me crazy excited. There's not going to be a waxer in every box, but there was in this one, and it was extra good. And this is what I was thinking of for autumn. When beeswax to me goes with autumn. I know a lot of it gets harvested closer to autumn. But look at this fairy. And there's actually another version as well. There were two different types of waxers that I made. They're so beautiful. I could just hold it. My house smelled amazing for like 2 weeks while I worked on making these. Isn't that beautiful? I'm just going to hold it there forever. It smells amazing. I love the company I get the beeswax from. And I thought these molds were incredible. So everybody got one of those to go with autumn. And that's it. That was my fairy box. If you missed the fairy box, but you're interested in getting one in the future, I will keep doing them. They're so fun and so satisfying to do. The one that's up on my website right now is a Shades of Autumn box, which will be shipping this summer. I'm only going to leave the ordering open for that through the end of March, or I'll cut it off sooner if I run out. But I try to leave myself 2 months to get like the dyeing and packaging and all of that done. So you have till the end of March. But like I said, don't delay, because I might have to cut it off sooner if I get tons of orders for them, because I only have the ability to produce so much. I don't want to end up missing my target dates and whatnot for shipping. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you're enjoying your own stitching or crafting time. Excuse me. And hopefully I'll be back here again soon, hopefully with continuing to heal elbow, and hopefully some more fun stitching to show. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.